Hello everyone and welcome back to another painting session. Today we'll be creating a charming woodland scene on a black canvas featuring a rustic birdhouse surrounded by lush green foliage. One of the great advantages of painting on a black canvas is that it instantly adds depth and richness to the colors, allowing the highlights and illuminated areas to stand out beautifully while giving the entire painting a more dramatic and atmospheric feel. To begin, I mix a deep green and apply a thin layer across much of the canvas with a large brush. I don't want to completely hide the darkness of the black background. Instead, I allow some of it to remain visible because those dark undertones will help create natural shadows and depth throughout the painting. Using a piece of sponge and a lighter green mixture made from yellow, blue, and white, I begin creating soft, blurry circles of light across the background. These diffused shapes represent sunlight filtering through leaves and branches, creating a beautiful bokeh effect that instantly adds atmosphere and depth to the scene. I keep these marks soft and out of focus because they belong far in the background. Now I move on to painting the first layers of foliage with a darker green mixture made from blue, yellow, and just a touch of black. I begin suggesting clusters of leaves throughout the background. At this stage, I'm not trying to define individual leaves. Instead, I'm creating masses of foliage and allowing the viewer's eye to interpret the forms naturally. Small touches of bluish highlights are added here and there to give variety and suggest cool light passing through shaded areas. For even deeper shadow areas, I mix a darker green using blue, yellow, red, and a small amount of black. With this richer color, I paint additional layers of foliage, pushing some areas farther into the background while allowing others to move slightly forward. Layer after layer, the forest begins to emerge from the darkness of the canvas. Some sections remain mysterious and shadowy, while others catch more light and become easier to distinguish. As I gradually work toward the foreground, I begin lightening my greens. Adding more yellow and a touch of white creates brighter leaves that appear closer to the viewer. This gradual transition from dark, soft background shapes to brighter, clearer foreground foliage helps create a convincing sense of depth and dimension. Once the background is complete, it's time to introduce the main subject of the painting. For the birdhouse, I mix a rich, dark brown using red, yellow, and black. Because this structure sits in the foreground, I carefully sketch its overall shape, paying close attention to perspective and angles. The roofline, side panels, and supporting post must all work together convincingly so that the birdhouse feels solid and realistic. The dark brown serves as my base color throughout this process. By gradually adding small amounts of white, yellow, or lighter earth tones, I create a range of warm wood colors that bring the structure to life. Slowly, the simple geometric shape begins to transform into weathered wood. I continue building the birdhouse section by section, strengthening the highlights where sunlight strikes the edges well, preserving the deeper shadows beneath the roof and inside the structure. Thin, carefully placed lines suggest wood grain, aging timber, and the subtle imperfections that make old wooden surfaces feel authentic and full of character. To enhance the realism even further, I apply very thin, transparent shadows using highly diluted dark paint. These delicate glazes settle into corners, beneath roof edges, and along structural joints, creating depth without overpowering the lighter wood tones. Finally, I fill the interior of the birdhouse with a very dark brown mixture. Because the inside receives very little light, it becomes one of the darkest areas in the painting. I softly blend the darkness outward near the entrance, allowing the shadows to transition naturally into the illuminated exterior surfaces. This contrast between light and shadow immediately gives the birdhouse more depth and makes it feel three-dimensional against the vibrant green background. I would love to know where you're watching this painting from. Please let me know in the comments which country or city you're joining me from today. It always makes me happy to see how far our painting community reaches and to connect with fellow art lovers from around the world. Now that the birdhouse is fully established, I return to the foliage above it and begin refining the leaves that hang over the roof. Using brighter greens and more defined brushstrokes, I paint the foreground leaves with greater clarity and detail. I also strengthen the branches that run through them, adding subtle highlights and shadows to give them more volume and dimension. Because these leaves are closest to the viewer, they need to appear sharper and more vibrant than the softer background foliage. This extra layer of detail helps frame the birdhouse beautifully and brings even more depth to the composition. And now it's time for the final and most charming element of this painting, a small robin, perched on the edge of the wooden birdhouse. With my small round brush, I begin by sketching the bird's overall shape. I block in the basic colors first, using soft white and warm orange tones for the chest and belly. Then I move on to the head and wings, painting them with delicate blue-gray tones that contrast beautifully against the warm colors of the breast. Slowly, the little bird begins to come to life. I carefully refine its silhouette, paying attention to the curves of the body and the natural posture as it rests on the edge of the birdhouse. Tiny adjustments in light and shadow help create the soft texture of feathers and give the bird a realistic appearance. Next, I add the finer details that bring personality to the subject, the small black eye, the delicate beak, and subtle feather markings. With a few carefully placed highlights, I emphasize the softness of the chest and the gentle curve of the wings. These final touches make the bird feel alive and become the focal point of the entire painting. To finish, I paint the bird's tiny legs and feet, carefully positioning them so they appear naturally balanced on the wooden edge. And with that, our painting is complete. I hope you enjoyed spending this creative time with me and found inspiration in today's artwork. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please consider supporting the channel with a like, a comment, and a subscription. Your support helps me continue creating more painting videos and sharing new techniques and ideas with all of you. Thank you so much for painting with me today. Until our next artwork, take care, stay creative, and happy painting!